So I'm restarting my computer, so you can see it pop up and such. Should be turning on sometime soon. Here's my PC. To my knowledge, with when you restart your PC and such, when it comes to using artificial aiming or whatever, what the thing that people think I use, you'll usually see a patched boot pop up. Yeah, you usually see like a patched boot pop up and that sort of thing, being like, do you want to choose this one or this one? Because they embed it into the Windows itself. You just saw that I restarted my PC and nothing popped up. Now, I'm going to open OBS and then I'm going to switch this to OBS view, okay? Yeah. I'll see you in a split second. You'll hopefully see a display capture on this. You'll probably see my windows down due to the fact that the eye tracker doesn't work without it. So I'll see you in a split second. Okay, so I'm talking over it because sadly, my mic audio was out the entire time when I was recording. I recorded myself, I spoke the entire time about what I was doing, why I was doing the thing, what I was thinking about, that sort of thing. And I spoke for 2 minutes before the game started, before I launched the game. So I'm going to be talking over that now, and I'm going to point out a few things that I pointed out there. I pointed out at the start that my time, because it was 2 o'clock on the dot. And I wanted to point that out in the video because I'll even chuck up a screenshot now. My time was 1:59 on this on the screen with my phone. And then I put in a display capture. I rolled down the windows to my rolled down the blinds, I meant, on my window because the eye tracker needs no direct sunlight in your eyes, or it doesn't work. And I think that was it. I think that's it. But that took like 30-40 seconds, and you can tell that, or a minute and a bit, and you can tell that because at the start of this segment is, at the start of this segment, there's 1 minute difference. So it goes from 1:59, and at the start of the segment, it does clock over to 2:01 pretty quickly, but it was at 2 o'clock. So there would have been a minute difference. I had to put in a display capture, and I had to put in, roll down my blinds. Now, what some people might, the reason I'm pointing this out is because some people will say that, oh, in that one cut that you had to do from your phone to your computer, you could be injecting a cheat. I very much doubt it when you can see on the screen that I have a display and I have a blind down. So where would the time be? I know a lot of people might be saying, why are you bringing this up? I think it's important to bring up because these are the attacks people will be levying at me, because I know there's slight things that are wrong in the video. That there's tiny little gaps like that where, like, oh, he could have injected within 20 seconds. It's like, okay, that didn't happen. And also on top of that, you can tell because I was booting up my PC, and I didn't boot into any different Windows driver or anything like that. So their argument would have to rest on the fact that within 30 seconds, I restarted my PC and I got into it, and then I injected the cheat. Like, there is a very small window there that I wanted to comment about. I might be doing an analysis. I'll be doing analysis throughout the entire video of what I was thinking, why I was thinking that, and I'll be hopefully popping up stats on the people that I killed in the game. I wanted this to be a quite high effort video, because this is my 100% prove I don't cheat video. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Yeah. Alright, as you can see, the match is starting. I don't know, there probably are going to be periodically where I'm not talking and then I butt in again, because when it comes to a full game, there's a lot of dead air, so there's not much that you can be commenting on. Like, for example, me just going into this lobby, there's not much to comment on. I guess an interesting thing to bring up is I'm going to be putting the KD win-losses, wins, and matches played of every single person that I kill, and then I'm going to average it compared to the average of the lobby, and then average out like the players that I killed. I think that will make it a bit more interesting, because I know that a video like this can be a bit boring at times because there's no dead air, because I'm just trying to prove to people that I'm not cheating. So I know that it can be a bit annoying sometimes, to just like, and a bit boring to just be in the middle of watching a video like that. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to be quiet for seeable future.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Warm up done. Time to kick this off. Battle Royale. You've got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone.
Alright, so I'm landing hangars. I like landing hangars. I think hangars is really cool, really good, because there's a decent amount of people that drop at hangars, and I think the fights are a lot easier to isolate than at Superstore, because Superstore has a lot more verticality to its fights compared to hangars. I tried to beam that guy over there at the building. It's probably not the best decision I could have done. It's very hard to beam, especially with 25 bullets from that range. Okay, so I'm pushing up against this thing. I'm just looting. The start of the game is quite boring, necessarily. That's why you're probably hearing me like try and stutter my way through figuring out what to say at the start of this, because it's not very interesting. This door was open, so I knew someone was in that room. I downed the player. I didn't see him cross to behind me, which is actually where he was. I killed him. This person was a 0.75 KD with 0 wins and 374 matches played. That's, I guess, like decently interesting. It's like a bit of a below average player. Like a decent amount below average. Alright, so we're just looting. You see my eyes checking the top of this building multiple times. I'm just checking radar to see if anyone's flying in, shooting, cars, that sort of thing. I'm still looking at the top of this building because I feel like someone would be here. I think bullets fire around here, and I get the idea that, oh, okay, so that person must have jumped down, and he must be around here somewhere. See the guy in the road skin? I down him. There's not much analyzing with that. I kill him, and he's a 2.02 KD player, which is actually like quite high. I didn't realize that that's so high compared to the average. And he has a 5.4% win loss, which is really high. Like I'm pretty sure it's like would be like top 1% or something like that. So that player was decent. I guess it wasn't a fair gunfight. I just shot him in the back, so that doesn't mean too much, because most people, if they just get shot in the back, they can't really. There's not much you can do. It doesn't matter what a 0.5 KD player is playing like if you shoot them in the back, compared to like a 2 KD player. I'm just checking around. I cracked him. I didn't know he laid down. It was interesting. This person, for a 1.03 KD, a 2.4 win loss is really good. So I'm guessing this person probably plays extremely well when it comes to positioning, and he just doesn't win gunfights that often. What he did there was interesting. He probably shouldn't have laid down. He probably should have just ran away. in that gameplay, in that scenario, because running away in that would allow him to reach out and basically dictate the fight himself instead of laying down there and just waiting for me. Yeah, I'm checking on top of this building. I don't see anything. I'm checking around. To my knowledge, I heard something. I heard a footstep. I heard a footstep here, so that's why I'm checking underneath. I don't see anyone there. I come in here, I check. There's a bunch of lag. I start lagging the fuck out. I have no idea why. I jump up to like 30 packet loss. I have like 1,000 ping. My internet's very stable, so this is very interesting. This barely happens. You'll see me on stream that it barely happens. So I just got unlucky for my first game on. I get pushed back here. I realize that my ping's back to 20, which means I'm probably fine. I'm pushing down here. I knew that the person was still in this building, and they'd probably be like, he didn't really do anything. This guy has a very low, he's a below average player, and he was also timing the fuck out. At this point, there's 92 players left, and 4 kills. I get quite a few kills by the end of this, don't worry. This isn't a slow game. This is a well above average game. I killed this person. He has a 2.64 KD. I couldn't find his wins or anything like that, which I found really interesting because most people you can find that sort of thing. But Slong is a very common name, so it's very hard to find that sort of player. And the thing I found interesting about him is he had a 2.64 KD, which is very high, but he missed all of his shots on me, and I beamed him without taking damage. I think that maybe he just didn't get that well. I was looking at radar, didn't see anyone around here. But yeah, and I cleared this out earlier, but I'm still like just jiggle peeking, just seeing if anyone's there. I saw someone with a little bit there. I try and shoot him. I tag him a tiny bit. I look at that. I look at my radar. There's a truck coming in. I didn't want to get run over, so I jumped up here. This smoke is covering. I killed this person. He has a very low win loss. And then I killed the next person. This guy, it's a pretty good player. 2.28 KD with 2% win loss is a pretty high. Win loss is probably on average pretty higher considering how good he is, KD wise. But I killed a person that wasn't so good, and then I killed someone that was actually quite decent. I'm trying to isolate this gunfight. I knew this person was coming in because they had a buggy to the right, and that's why I looked over here. I stunned the person, kill him. He is well below average. He didn't seem like that necessarily. He didn't like play too awfully, so I found it pretty interesting that he only had a 0.37 KD. Yeah, I found that person interesting. I'm just looking at my radar, seeing. I look at that bird because I thought it was someone coming in. Alright. Getting a self-revive. I'm getting a gas mask. I could have just bought a UAV. That was probably a misplay on my behalf. I probably should have bought a UAV and hunted for kills more. Especially since I'm trying to like show and get into the most gunfights as possible and show legitimate and stuff like that. I probably should have actually just like played more aggressive with like UAVs or something like that and not bought a gas mask. I don't know exactly where I am regarding gas, so maybe that was a concern of mine. It's interesting. I usually would beam people better that way, but he was pretty far away to be fair, so like that's a hard shot to hit and kill. That person jumped out, so I was like looking around. There's so many cars around, that's why I'm looking at my radar. I'll try and beam this kid. Berthas are really weird. I feel like it's nearly impossible to actually kill someone out of a Bertha. The shot seems like incredibly hard to hit. I see another truck, and then I see gunshots from the fire station down, and I saw another Bertha over there too, so there was 2 Berthas. 5 loadouts came in, so I know there's quite a few people here, so I wanted to hunt for kills, but I didn't want to go to like those positions where there's people in power positions like fire station. I looked up here, there's one person there, and then I don't know if I hear gunshots or not, but I see another person up there. Also, how he was playing that was very weird, which made it, probably made it, Cause strike happens, so I have to run away. I can't jump on the Bertha and run away. There's a good chance I'll die from that. But from that person that was crouching upwards and he was looking across, I think that gave me a pretty good understanding of where that if there was another person up there, because no one would be crouching, not looking to in the open where he could get shot from, and just looking at like the red roof. So I'm pretty sure from that knowledge there, I picked up on there might be a second person there. So you saw me looking there. I didn't like commit to it necessarily, but you saw me looking there. And then I got shot from that person up on the hill, and that was just a clean kill. There was no like prediction or game sense involved in that third kill. It was just purely based off of his actions. I knew he was there and I killed him. That player could have played him a little bit better. The person that I killed, there was one person that was like a 1.42 KD up the top. He seemed like he probably is like a pretty decent player. I can't see the radar at the moment, but I'm looking at the radar. I see a Bertha there. I remember that I've killed 3 people, right? And there was 2 loadouts here, so there's at least 2 more people here. I look, that door is open, so I'm like, oh, there must be someone here. I kill that person. Just camping. That's why I peeked this angle with a bit more precaution than I would with other angles, because I saw that door open. Yeah. So there's at least 2 more people around here, because I don't think that long-lived bow guy that I just killed up on that thing, I don't think he would have been the person with the loadout. I'm looking in, checking if people's coming, flying in, because I just killed 3 people there, so there's a good chance that one of them just hopped out of Gulag and then would jump back in.
Recon online.
I'm deciding whether I want to buy another UAV or keep a precision. Precisions are really good in this meta because you can get self-revive from floor loot. So I'm doing that instead of getting a UAV. And at this point in time where there's one loader that's been dropped for a while, there's a good chance that what goes. That kill was against someone that hasn't played the game before, so it could have been good, it could have been bad. Yeah. So what do I do from this point onwards? I look at my radar. You don't see it, but there was a red dot on the yellow building on the radar here. So I'm going to check it out. But like there was a red dot, and the red dot just stopped randomly, which was really interesting to me. That's why I'm like lazily going through here, because the red dot stopped. I probably should have looked up, but if he was the red dot was over the building, so I didn't really expect it to be someone flying in the sky. I'm looking up on the hills, and then in power positions to the right, etc., with the barricades and stuff like that. So I'm still looking over there. Also, another person could be dropped in. I just killed someone. So another person could drop in or like rotate through there. It's pretty like out of the places that they could rotate, there's a good chance that they're rotating through that hill or rotating through the big blue building. So I just need to be if I'm in this scenario, I just need to watch out for those 2 spots. I guess I'm being a bit bit reckless because I couldn't that person got killed. I look over there again, and there's another person there. It's long-lived bow. I don't think I got any call-outs for that ability. I was just like looking. I got pretty lucky. I was just like jiggle picking both of those angles, and I got 3 people. And then I drive away because at that point, I think I killed 5 unique players or 6 unique players. So there's 5 loadouts. I probably killed everyone in that vicinity. That was around the loadouts. Maybe it was 5 or maybe it was 6. I know that I killed a fair enough amount of people, and I thought there's probably not many people around here anymore, so let's hunt for more kills. I was checking to see if that was a spawned-in vehicle or if it was someone that was already here. I'm looking around. I drive past. I didn't really look at anything, so I drove past to see if someone was behind. There was a person that threw something. I remember pointing this out in the video itself. The person that I saw, or thought I saw, well, I thought it was, I don't know what the character skin is, but it was like a black ponytail, tank top with red pants. That's what I thought I saw. So when I killed this player, that was green, in my head, I was just like, wait, there has to be someone still around here, because that's not the player that I remember seeing. So I go into this building, I'm just checking around, looking at my radar. I'm like, oh, they must have ran away, right? Because I thought I saw them at the buy station. Must have ran away, so I come checking around here, looking around, see if they're behind the thing. Maybe they ran back to the tents without me noticing while I was fighting. So I'm just like pinpoint checking all these tents, checking these entrances, as you can see. I think this is really nice where the eye tracking can give you some insight of where I'm looking. I thought that might have been a person there. but it wasn't because there was some red to it, so I thought it might have been the red of the person's pants. Like I'm checking, I don't really see that person until later. I have pretty slow reactions. I don't know how that stun didn't get them. And then I killed that person. I saw the red there, and I'm like, oh, that must have been the person that I saw prior. I thought it was the person with the black ponytail, but it ended up being someone with a different form of red. That no one has ghosts at this point in the lobby, which is very interesting to me. Like 20 players left, end of the third zone. You'd think that most people would have ghosts at this point on their first, like they would have their first loadout. If they didn't get ghosts from that, they probably would have had a second loadout by now, which is very interesting. So there's 4 people here, which means that I can just like look above. The trees here give obscure my vision quite a bit, which is why I'm trying to look through the trees, don't really see anything. And then I pinpoint something out there. Just this guy has this guy was a decent player. Unlucky they didn't have a vehicle of some sort because he got just caught out. Just looking around, I see in the corner of my eye someone with a glint, and then got him. This person has nearly 10,000 matches played. I haven't seen anyone play that much. Like, he has 80 days played. Man has played a lot. I just thought that was a very like cool kill, and I think it's a good example of how I can perform the same with like proving that I haven't booted up any cheats and stuff like that. Like I feel like that's very normal. I don't necessarily remember. I remember how I knew that guy was there. I remember looking on the radar earlier, and there was a red dot around this area, roughly. And that's why I checked there. I guess I got kind of lucky, because, like, as much as I knew in general vicinity he was there, he just ended up, like, chucking a stone and then coming out. There's 5 shots coming from the Bertha going into that building. The Bertha comes towards me here. I didn't notice that he jumped out, and then I checked them, and then I realized I didn't hear him or anything, so I checked at him just before he jumped around the corner. And despite being a 0.85 KD player, he actually played that decently well. Like jumping 3 made him a very hard shot to hit. I just shot 2 bullets there because he was shooting as well, so I thought maybe he was shooting through there and he's going to hit Marcus or something. But someone was in here, so I'm checking, looking at the windows, and then I see him far left. Being that person, Soggy Biscuit, not that, which is actually funny. I think it's a euphemism for something in Australia. But yeah, it's kill this person on the 23 kills and 14 players left. This person was just camping with a deployable, deplorable, not deployable, because this is deplorable as fuck. Deployable cover. I come around here, I have a position, I go and buy this UAV.
Recon.
I don't know exactly what I see on the UAV. I see one person up there, so it's just like, okay, he's going to be on top of the blue building. Let's go and peek in. I'm not seeing anything else on my radar as I'm checking it, so I'm like, it's going to be pretty decently safe to kill this because this lobby doesn't seem to have that many ghost players. I'm looking at the top, and it's actually in that part there. I found it really strange that I didn't wallbang that, and I didn't kill him with that wallbang. And then I got cracked by the side, like, I got cracked by a sniper to the side. This is a very dangerous point, because there's a person to my right, and there's a person in that second story. If that person in the second story peeked me, granted, he probably didn't know that I got downed, but if that second person peeked me, I would have been dead here. So I wanted to isolate that angle. I wanted to isolate the angle to the right here. There's some gunshots happening there, so I thought, there's a good chance that people around here, you see me just scaring. I snap and then kill the person with a precision after that. I think that's very good beam, and I'm proud of it. That was pretty good. I killed him, and then I actually found out, we'll find out later too, this guy was a cheater, blatant cheater, and I killed him, so it's good. But I don't know how that car fucking defied physics and did that, but interesting. To my knowledge, a person jumped in here or something. I can't see the radar, and I don't have audio for this, so I'm just going for visual stuff. I know realized he was in here. I can't remember how, but I know he was in here, so I attacked him. I'm checking to see if he's still up there. He could have jumped off, and I thought he jumped off, but I stunned him, and then I killed him. He, as I think I said before, he's not an amazing player, so that fight was pretty easy. I have 25 kills with 10 players left. So I go in, I think, alright, I want to drive past here and I want to get to the advantage. So I thought, well, to be fair, I saw this money and I wanted to pick it up. So I picked up this money, picked up this dead silence, because I want to self-revive, if I could get it. So, yeah, alright, so I see the truck. But my initial thought is go to the mountains, because that's going to be probably where the zone ends, and it's a power position. So I thought to be going there. I saw the self-revive. I'm constantly looking at the radar to see if the person jumped out, so he would beam me, or if he would beam me or such. I'm going to try and find him. I'm looking at my radar to see if he's still in my, still there, so I can see him. I know he's in the, he went to the ravine, so I stopped it. Started to chase him that way, and then moved to the left. I luckily found someone just laying in the field. It's very interesting that someone would be playing like that, because I don't know, most people wouldn't just like laying in the field like that. Yeah, alright, so I'm scouring the... No, there was gunshots, I think. So like I'm scouring the hills to see if I can see anyone. I don't really see anyone, so I'm going to be driving up here and trying to get the advantage myself. I don't know why my frames are dropping now. Or the video frames are dropping. But I'm just going around here. I see that person, he just beams me. Straight up beams me. I'm like, whoa, that's really fucking interesting. It's the guy that I killed before, and he's just like watching me from the wall, and then aimbot snaps me. So I realized that this guy's cheating. The guy that I killed before with the sniper on the hill is cheating. So I go in. There's the girl like just closed, so I jumped in, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to try and go to the loadout. But he just beams me out of the sky. If you didn't think he was cheating before, I feel like that's pretty obvious he was cheating then. And yeah, that's the end of the game. I thought this was a pretty decent shout for my first game on. And I'll show you a print screen at the end of this video showcasing that this was indeed my first game. Yeah. So this is my first game on. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Here's the stats at the end of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I think it was a pretty good... I think it was a pretty foolproof way of showcasing that I don't cheat. From the boot to all the way getting into the game, where there's no way I could have injected. And I play the same. I have a monitor cam, eye tracker. I play with a display capture. I play with keyboard and Handcam as well. I don't think there's anything else I could have done except maybe show if I have a foot pedal or not, or show a dick cam or something. Maybe there's a pedal underneath my ballsack or something. I'm just like, I've trained my nuts to press to toggle on, but apart from like really ridiculous things, I think this was a pretty good shout of showcasing that I don't cheat, and I hope that you guys at least enjoyed it. I tried to make it a bit more entertaining with the stats and such like that, so hope it was entertaining. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it.